District Council 33, I'm talking to the workers. I'm talking to you.
Philadelphia is about to be buried in garbage. Philadelphia's sanitation workers don't deserve a raise.
And I don't apologize to anyone.
As sanitation workers, we do not get paid the amount of money that we should get paid.
She is trash, just like the trash on the street.
If that means I'm a one-turn bed, then so be it.
The stench is unbelievable.
People are leaving furniture, beds, TVs.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you saw the thumbnail, you saw the titles. You know what we're about to do. We're going to talk about Philadelphia, as it is at this current moment, because they are buried, inundated, deluged in trash. So this is sad to see because you don't realize how important sanitation workers are until they don't work. And then all of a sudden you realize just how important they are. And I hate this. I mean, I'm not usually pro-union, pro-strike and stuff like that, but this mayor is totally wrong. These people, these men and women, they deserve pay. They deserve pay. Again, now if they were asking for something that was totally out of range, then I could understand. But what they're asking for is more than reasonable, considering what you have now, and we'll look at it in a moment. These men and women deserve this pay. I'm sorry. I can't think of another reason that they are not paid what they should be paid for what they do and the value that they add. I mean, this is a value add, if you will. Most times you hear people discuss how are you adding value. They add a whole bunch of value to Philadelphia and all of our municipalities. Shout out to your sanitation workers. Now, again, I'm not saying they need to drag you over the coals or something like that. However, I don't think they're asking for something that is that egregious. So let's bring this video in. Let's talk about it. With no further ado, let's go.
Council 33, I'm talking to the workers. I'm talking to you. I know you because I represented you all of my life. I know you because you're in my family. I know you because I'm here, because people like you gave me access to the opportunity to do what no one expected someone like me to accomplish. And that is to become mayor of this city. And I don't apologize to anyone for doing the best I can with what I have. And one final thing I want to share. I won't make any politically expedient decisions. You can threaten me with not supporting me if I decide to run for re-election. You can call me a one-term mayor, but I'll tell you what I will not do. I will not put the fiscal stability of the city of Philadelphia in jeopardy for no one.
Philadelphia is about to
Okay, I got it. All right. I mean, that's a very full-throated, very bombastic, very angry reply. But ma'am, you're putting Philadelphia in jeopardy in a whole bunch of other ways. A whole bunch of other ways. The amount of vermin that are being attracted to this trash all over. When you see it, it's crazy if you've not already seen it. The amount of vermin, that's going to increase a whole bunch of other problems. They don't let it be a big rainstorm and start clogging up your drains on the street because of all this trash that's now on the street now. Ma'am, I think you have to think long term. You can get a quick solution or you can get a long-term solution. And I think having the sanitation workers properly taken care of because they do so much is a long-term solution that has humongous dividends right now and in the future. But let's let it go. Yeah, what is this brother saying right here? Back up a little taste. Let's go.
You're in jeopardy for no one.
Philadelphia is about to be buried in garbage. And the reason for that is Philadelphia Mayor Sherelle Parker is basically saying that Philadelphia sanitation workers don't deserve a raise. They don't deserve to get more money. The money that they're getting is enough for them. But have you seen Philadelphia? Mind you, they stopped moving trash Tuesday. Today is Thursday, and it's going to get worse. Mind you, she had a chance to make.
So that's 48 hours. This is just 48 hours worth of trash. Now, mind you, that was Thursday. We had Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Today's Monday. So we had another 96 hours.
Good with these sanitation workers. They were in the middle of negotiating, and they let her know exactly when they were going to go on strike if she didn't give them those pay raises. And what did she do? She basically stuck her middle finger up and said, guess what? If you guys go on strike, she said she'll have Philadelphia residents throw out their own trash. Throw the trash where? Now look at Philadelphia, about to be buried in garbage. Mind you, with all that garbage out, where's the rats? The rats are coming. It's going to be rats on top of rats on top of rats. And then they choose public parks for people to dump trash. Are you serious? If you have people dumping garbage in public parks, where are the kids going to play? It's summertime. And to top it off, it's summertime. Hot garbage, neighborhoods are going to be smelling like ass. Sad part about this whole situation is it's a constant reminder that not a lot of people respect the hard-working person. These people deserve more money. They do the shit that you don't want to do. They do it. And then who does it fall on? It falls on a community. Look at the communities now.
Is the ongoing city workers' strike. Tonight, trash is mounting throughout neighborhoods with no end in sight on this third day of picketing. District Council 33 said it will not yet commit to an exact date to resume negotiations after the latest round of talks broke down overnight when the city rejected the union's latest offer.
For the record, the city of Philadelphia offered to return to the table today, and the union did not accept that offer. I want to be clear, Philadelphia. The city of Philadelphia cannot negotiate with itself.
In order to come back to the bargain table, you have to have a counter proposal to be able to do. Now, we just presented the city what we thought was a very, very fair counter proposal last night. They rejected it and came back with very much the same proposal that they've had over the last 3 days. So the narrative that we walked away from the table last night is absurd.
The offer is historic. More than 13% over my 4-year term.
Let's be clear, there is no 13% increase. We signed a 1-year extension a year ago. That is done and over with. It's gone.
What's the exact number, the percentage increase that you need?
Our place right now is 555 over the course of 3 years. And we need to see incremental raises that are substantial that keep up with.
So she wants to give 13%. They want 15%. So what we're talking about is a 2% difference between the city and the sanitation workers. Ms. Parker, you got to give it to them. I'm sorry. I mean, over 3 years, she was saying 13 over 3 years. Ma'am, you got to give those men and women that, because your city is going to be, I'm not going to say it can't recover. I'm not going to say that, but this is going to be a hard one to fix, man. Ma'am, you got to do it.
The cost of living inside of this city.
I will not put the fiscal stability of the city of Philadelphia in jeopardy for no one. If that means I'm a one-term mayor, then so be it. But the history books will say that Mayor Sherelle Parker did right by the blue-collar men and women of District Council 33.
Quite frankly, calling us in a room and sitting down for hours after hours after hours when there's no dialogue going on is wasting our time. So that's why we're going to go back, sit, revise our proposal, get it over to the city, and then we'll happily meet with them whenever we can set up an amicable date and time.
Mayor Parker said that the increase that she's proposing is higher than increases in other major cities. What is your response to that?
If you look at the wages in the other major cities, the wages they make are significantly more than any of the men and women in District Council 33. So the comparative is not relative at all. It's not as if our members are making $80,000, $90,000 a year. Wow. A 2% increase on those would be significantly higher than it would be on somebody that's making $40,000 or $45,000 a year. So her math truly is not math, and you're clearly not paying attention to the working people that are going on in this city.
Math ain't math.
Unbelievable. It wasn't nice in the car because of the smell. But it's not fun.
Trash continues to pile up and up and up at the corner of Princeton and Hawthorne in Mayfair. Most people who stopped by today abandoned the dumpster or were unwilling to navigate their way around the heaping mounds of garbage to get there.
No, actually it's grown. In like the past couple of days, it's grown so much.
It's just going to keep piling up and piling up. We're going to have rats here tonight like this.
Patrick Glynn lives down the road from the drop site.
This is what you see, and it's going to get worse and worse.
And Frank Copley lives across the street.
It's frustrating what they're doing to the city.
The two men say one of their biggest frustrations as they watch this trash pile up, seeing people dump seemingly anything and everything.
And people are leaving furniture, beds, TVs.
They're just coming here and dumping. Contractors. I've seen people doing lawn, landscaping stuff thrown out here. I've seen the whole 9 yards.
Neighbors also pointed out that this city drop-off site sits about 50 yards from Mayfair Elementary, a school that is still hosting kids in summer programs. People in the area questioned the placement of the dumpster here.
They got 2 football fields, parking lot. Why did they have to put it in the middle of the sidewalk?
She is trash, just like the trash on the street. The fact that these people are on strike because they're just asking for a raise, okay? They're just asking for a little bit more money because of all the hard work that they do. And it's obvious that they work hard because they're not working right now. And look at the streets of Philadelphia. Look at all the trash. Like, Philly looks like a dumpster right now. You're willing to give yourself a 9% increase on your finances, raise, and give your staff six-figure raises, but you can't pay the workers that keep the city clean. Look at the city right now. Look at the streets. Philly, you should be embarrassed as a mayor, and you honestly should resign at this point. You got to be a Democrat, because Democrats are most definitely leaders that don't give a damn about their people.
All right, so sanitation working here. So what's going on in Philadelphia is completely understandable. I completely understand why those sanitation workers in that state are going on strike right now. As sanitation workers, we do not get paid the amount of money that we should get paid. I mean, to be honest, the stuff that we have to deal with, you'd be surprised what people throw in their trash every single day. Now, the mayor is saying that, okay, well, she set up certain designated drop-off spots. But here's the problem with that. That trash still has to move. So let me say this for some people who really don't know. Now, when your local trash man or trash woman or whatever come through your neighborhood, rather it's residential or your business, and they come to pick up the trash, rather if it's front load, side load, or with driver assistant, or even roll off. What happens is once that trash is picked up, it just doesn't automatically evaporate. It goes to what they call is a transfer station. Yeah. From a transfer station, they have loaders and excavators there. And from there, you have big trucks, which we call the CDL drivers, with the open top 53-foot trailer. And from there, those loaders and those excavators load up those open top trailers. We tarp them, and then we take them to a landfill. We load them onto a tipper, and we dump the trash out in the landfill. That's how it moves, right? But the fact that she's trying to use a quick solution, thinking that this is going to solve it by having like these little drop-off areas is going to solve anything, it's not. If any.
Yo, shout out to this young brother right here. I wanted to bring this in because I didn't know all the things that went into trash. You know, I just roll it out to the curb. Later on during the day, I bring the garbage can back. That's literally my extent of thinking about this. But shout out to him for really explaining the process. So it's not just the process of getting it out of your house, getting it to the dumpster, getting to the drop-off location. There's a lot of other steps. Literally, the drop-off location is actually the first part of it. There's so many other steps. So just saying that, oh, the people in Philly will just take the trash, that's not going to be enough. And I appreciate him explaining that because it was super informative. And it only goes to show, like, think about like TVs and furniture and mattresses and bodies, all this other stuff that these men and women probably find in the trash. Think about that. So man, shout out to them.
Thing is going to make it worse because, again, like I said, the trash has to move. And what's going to happen is, which we already know, is going to bring rodents, raccoons. Now, I don't know that much about Philly, but I know down here in Georgia, we have copperheads. It can bring snakes. That's what can happen.
Really?
What she needs to do, in my personal opinion and professional opinion, is pay those workers what they are asking for, because we deal with a lot. We deal with a whole lot of stuff, for real. So for some of you guys who are running around here saying, oh, well, they're just sanitation workers, they don't deserve to get paid anything. Okay, cool.
What?
Look how that is playing out. It's only just been a few days. Imagine what that place would look like in 2 weeks.
Oh,
Again,
gosh.
I say trash has to move. It cannot sit there idle in one spot for long.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at that.
It's definitely gotten bigger.
That's a street.
There's the dumpster hiding. Like, what the fuck? Oh my gosh.
That is absolutely unequivocally insane. Yo, I'm right there with LL Cool J. Like, I respect the sanitation workers and they need to be paid. And if you don't know, LL Cool J canceled a concert that he was doing in Philadelphia because he felt like he was not respecting the sanitation workers by going and performing. And I believe he said, and collecting his money while they're not getting their money. But real quick, I'm gonna bring that in very quickly because I thought it was right on the money, man. And again, look, to see these men and women out there just wanting to get paid a living wage, like they're not able. You heard the man say, like, we're not able to live in the city with the salary that we currently make. That's not cool. Yo, you got to do something about that, y'all. That is not cool. All right, let me bring this in real quick. We're gonna hear from Ladies Love Cool J real quick. And then we're going to get ready to bug out of here. Thank you so much for liking the video. Please smash that like button. Go ahead and comment down below. What would be your solution to this problem? How do you go about? What do you think they should do to resolve this issue with the sanitation workers in the city of Philadelphia? Do you have an idea for the city of brotherly love? How can they show some brotherly love and get this matter resolved? What would be your solution? All right, real quick, LL Cool J, let's go.
CBS News, Philadelphia at 11.
I never, ever, ever want to disappoint my fans. And especially in Philadelphia, y'all mean too much to me. But there's absolutely no way that I could perform, cross a picket line.
One of the headliners for tomorrow's Wawa Welcome America concert on the Ben Franklin Parkway is saying he can't do it. LL Cool J, as you just heard, says he will not cross a picket line to get to the stage. He will, though, be in town. And he also said if a deal is reached, his part of the show will go on. And tonight, striking workers are digging in on their demands as the mayor defends the city's latest offer. Good evening, everyone. I'm Yuki Washington. It's day 3 with no deal. And the city is preparing for an influx of visitors for the 4th of July holiday. But those visitors will be greeted by an influx of trash, debris, and garbage. CBS Philadelphia's Nikki Dementri has the latest from both sides of the bargaining table and residents who say they just want this to end.
Amongst trash bags dropped off at City Hall, a small rally popped up Thursday night. Those here say they're standing in solidarity with District Council 33.
These are the people that keep our city going. And so I really wanted to come out today because, I care about my neighbors, I care about my friends and my family and people who are affected by this.
Earlier in the day, both the city and union spoke out, each holding strong in their respective beliefs of what a fair contract looks like. The two sides, though, didn't come to the table.
I will not put the fiscal stability of the city of Philadelphia in jeopardy for no one. If that means I'm a one-term ban, then so be it.
Because guess what? Our trash isn't being picked up either. So we are sending a clear message that we want to get back to work, but we are absolutely planting our feet on where we are.
Day 3 of the strike, and you can see the trash situation is quite literally piling up.
Ain't nothing we could do about it. We just gotta wait until they find a solution.
2 dumpsters were filled at this West Philly temporary drop-off location. And it isn't even the neighborhood's normal trash day.
Who knows how big of a mountain this is going to become, but it's just not a sustainable solution right now.
Moving to Mayfair.
The stench is unbelievable.
And the frustration is growing. The corner of Princeton and Hawthorne is barely recognizable.
It's just going to keep piling up. We're going to have rats here tonight like this.
In Port Richmond, the trash pile took up an entire dead-end street.
When we were driving down Richmond Street, we had just gotten before this block, and I told my husband, I was like, I can smell it just from the car.
Thursday is their normal trash day, and neighbors say this pile only grew as the day went on.
Yeah, come on a contract or something.
With the holiday weekend fast approaching, neighbors are concerned with the smelly situation.
I think this is going to be tripled after this weekend. I think next week is going to be really bad.
It's unclear when the city and union will sit back down for negotiations. Nikki Dementri, CBS News, Philadelphia.
Today, a judge ordered striking union members who work in the medical examiner's office to return to their jobs. This comes after the city filed an injunction saying there is a backlog of the deceased, and it's due to some medical examiner employees being on strike. The injunction said, quote, if the medical examiner's office is unable to properly attend to the sudden, unexpected, and or suspicious deaths within Philadelphia, there will be numerous dead bodies sitting in homes and on street corners without staff to transport them to the refrigerated morgue storage areas.
Oh my
End quote.
gosh.
Judges have sided with the city in previous injunction requests this week, including return to work orders for 911 dispatchers and water department employees. We will provide continuing coverage of the city workers' strike. We have the latest on negotiations as well as locations where trash can be dropped off at cbsphiladelphia.com.
All right, chime in the chat. Let me know in the comment section. What do you think should be the solution to this problem? Is there a solution to this problem? Is there any way to make this make sense and fix it? Bro, this is insane. Now, I don't know about the medical examiner, the 911 operators, and such like that. I was just talking simply about the trash. So let me know what you think down in the comments below. Thank you so much for liking the video and let me know that you find value in this. I'm looking forward to hearing what you got to say. So I'm going to jump down in the comments and I'll see you over there. Grace and peace.